What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Nerd Enough. It's your boy Tony.
And it's Michael.
All right, yo, we are here. We are we're finally doing this episode of our
Yep.
our review and our thoughts on Stranger Things. I know we never covered Stranger Things on this channel before, like ever.
Yeah.
So first of all, do you want to tell them why, Michael? Why have we never talked about Stranger Things before?
Well, there's an issue, and I've been the issue. Um, I watched years ago the first episode of Stranger Things and just stopped watching it. I couldn't get into it. And man, as it seems like every project that happens, every show that happens, Tony comes to me. He's like, "Hey, you need to watch this. You're not going to
Yeah.
regret it."
Yeah.
And lo and behold, here we go. Like another another
Daredevil.
show that he
Or
Daredevil, another show he has recommended, and well, here's that review now.
Yeah. But it's all good. I mean, honestly. So first of all, welcome to the video. And for those of you who are watching us live, we are live right now on Twitch. So I mean, if you're watching this on YouTube, obviously we're not live, but make sure you guys follow us on Twitch. It'll be right here and in the description down below. We normally record these long podcast episodes live, and that way, because towards the end we like to talk to the chat and get some questions answered and stuff. Also, it's a cool way to kind of just get to know us a little bit more. So by the way, because this is live, just be aware we're kind of dealing with Michael might have his kids in the background, and there might be movement going on. It's live, so we're just rolling with the punches. Yeah. And it is what it is. But anyway, here we are, and it's time to review this show, this finale.
Yeah.
I've been a Stranger Things fan since the very beginning. Like I think it took me a little bit to finally watch it, because I'm usually not the kind of guy to like jump on the bandwagon. I kind of like to wait a little bit, wait till the hype is over, and then I like to check things out. And I've been into it since the very beginning. When Michael told me he never watched it, I never really had the urgency until this final season. It's funny because he was saying, the way he was talking about it earlier, I am actually really happy that I got to experience his first time with him. Yeah. We watched one episode a day leading up to this season, and man, it actually became one of my, I looked forward to it every single day. Coming home from work, or I guess there was a time I wasn't working before then, but like coming home from work and like that becoming part of my day, watching with you and our friends. We had a watch party in our Discord. It was really fun, and so getting to watch it for the first time with him was an experience on its own. So first of all, for those of you typing in chat, hello, welcome in. I'm gonna be acknowledging chat every now and then, or we will, not just me. But we will mainly talk to you guys towards the end of the podcast, but which won't be too long. We're gonna try to keep this short and sweet. But I will be reading some of them, okay? Aaron, hello. And yeah, it was fun watching with you guys. You guys seen the edits that creators have made. Oh, we'll get into that. That's gonna be one of the topics that we're gonna get into with the whole fan stuff that was going on. What was it called? Conformity Gate. The secret episode. Dude, don't even get me started with that. But you're talking about edits though. Okay, edits were good. The edits have been good. There's one of Steve and Dustin that always got me, But yeah, some good stuff. Okay, so today for the review, we're not just gonna talk about the finale, which it is gonna be a big part of it. But we're gonna talk about the entire series in general, because again, we've never covered Stranger Things on this channel before or on this podcast. But because it's about a group of nerds, I think it's appropriate that we talk about Stranger Things.
Oh yeah.
A lot of nerdy stuff. A lot of references to Star Wars, superheroes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
D&D, even though... Have you played D&D? Have you ever played D&D?
Yeah, no. I played Baldur's Gate and I played things like D&D. I've always
Okay.
wanted to get into D&D, but nothing. I haven't gotten D&D. You need a solid group of friends that will commit weekly, and the DM, which is the dungeon master, who kind
The
of creates
storyteller. Yeah.
the storyteller, creates it. He needs to be good. He needs to be experienced,
Dude,
and
I feel like I'd be a
he,
pretty good storyteller. I'm just saying.
oh, you talk a lot. Yes, so I think you would, and you're good at. um, but I want to backtrack to when you said my kids might pop in. It'd be kind of funny if they did. They won't. I have myself locked in the room, but
Okay.
the first couple episodes, I wasn't in the first two episodes that we watched, that you guys watched in the watch party.
Oh, you're right.
You
Yeah. You
you
watch those
told me
by
to catch
yourself.
up. I watched them with Noah, my oldest child, and then we ended up watching the first season together. Second season came out, I'm like, okay, maybe a little too old, but
Uh,
he enjoys it. And man, he's just seen that first season, and
oh,
he's talking about
wow.
Demigorgons. He's going to school talking about it, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, hopefully the teachers don't think I'm showing my kids. I don't know, but one
No,
way or another, like,
I think Stranger Things. I mean, dude, you see kids. I mean, they're your kids' age, right? At that during season one.
yeah,
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 they're
10,
gonna be. It's like watching the Goonies and not being attracted to it as a kid. You see kids
yeah,
your
yeah,
age, and it's like you're just naturally attracted to it. So
yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. My nephew, when it first, it's crazy to think that when it first came out, my nephew was like 4 years old, dude, and he loved it.
Wow,
And now he's like he's in
yeah.
sixth grade. You know, like I'm just like, dude, this is insane. Like it's been so long. This show has been with us for so long.
Well, I think what it is they're fine watching it, right?
Yeah.
I don't want people to be like, "Oh, you're letting your kid watch that." I want to be strict, but at the same time, dude, I want you to see this, daddy, or they call me dad or daddy,
No,
whatever.
I get it.
I, they,
I mean, I do
they,
too, but
they're seeing me enjoy it, and they want to. I want them to enjoy it with me.
yeah,
So, they will watch it.
the joke didn't land.
Obviously, we'll get into it, and they will. I don't know. I lost train of thought, but at the end of the day, they'll watch it later on down the road, and um, the last 2 seasons, 3 seasons get dark, so a little darker.
You're right. You're right. That is true.
So,
It did get
but
really. Even you mentioned it when we were watching it. You're like, whoa, this looks like a horror turn. And
yeah, which is actually
okay,
kind of cool.
okay. So let's get back to we're gonna talk about our initial thoughts. Okay, we're gonna talk
Yes.
about our initial thoughts about the finale specifically. Okay, so right now we're talking only about the finale, and
Yeah.
what I mean by initial thoughts, we're gonna talk about like our initial thoughts from when we watched it. Like obviously it's been like what almost 10 days already
Yeah.
since it
Yep.
came out, since we watched it. I went to theaters. I don't know. Did anyone in chat go to theaters or in the
Yeah.
comments let us know what was your experience like? I went to the theater. I was hyped. I mean, I like I said, I've been a fan of this show since the very beginning. Followed
Yeah.
every season, binged it every season. Um, and so with that being said, um, we're gonna talk up. I don't know where. Oh, the music has been stopping. I didn't even realize the music was paused.
Huh. I went to the theaters as well. I got a last second ticket, and a bunch of a group of friends did.
Mm.
January 1st, and let me tell you, I had high hopes because I know we all had a watch party and we watched each episode a day, but this,
Mm.
you've seen it. The fact that I was able to watch it back to back to back to back leading up to this was, I say such high hopes like I didn't like it. I had high hopes
No, I think
and
everyone did,
high,
man.
high expectations for the finale.
Yeah.
Um, so initial thoughts walking out of the theater. You want me to start with this one?
Yeah. Let's hear. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure this out real quick. I'm just gonna lower the quality of the video because there's no.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
So,
First time playing music while we're live. It's a little weird, wonky.
so the first initial thought. sitting down, credits are rolling, right? I'm on cloud 9, right? And we've talked about this, how we felt. I'm on cloud 9, I'm sitting back, I'm like, oh, what did I just watch?
Yeah.
Like, what an ending, I'm like stepping out of the theater. I text Tony. I'm like 11 out of 10. Like this, not blew my mind, but like this is how you end it. Like, and then that's my initial thought.
So okay, and it's funny because I actually said rating, and you totally gave me the rating. That's exactly
the initial rating. Yes, that's my initial thought. Cause I was like stepping out of the theater. I'm texting you. Like we're talking a minute after the credits get done rolling. I'm texting you. Like, dude, this is my rating, and you had a little bit more time than I did to kind of process what you just watched. I had no time. I had questions. Don't get me wrong. I had questions. Like with a lot of stuff in it, but like the way it ended and like that adrenaline I got.
Yeah, the adrenaline rush. Okay.
Yeah.
So normally, it's funny you mentioned that because I want to mention before, for anyone watching, I'm sure you guys do the same thing. I mean, you go to Endgame, you go to Infinity War, Spider-Man, any movie, even the sequels to Star Wars, right?
Oh yeah.
Like the adrenaline is just there, the hype is there. You're like, you don't realize how garbage it is until like a week later. You're like, wow, that actually was really bad. But like in the moment, you're just, oh my God, Kylo Ren just killed Snoke. Like you didn't even like. It's just wow. So normally, I let my emotions just kind of go when it comes to movies like that. Dude, I'm gonna be real. For the first time, I was very aware, and even though I was hyped up, I feel like I was hyped up for this. And throughout the entire episode, I was just very aware of what was going on. And like, there was moments that I would turn to my girlfriend and be like, really? Like, really? And then at the end, like, I don't know. I didn't have that adrenaline rush to where I thought it was 11 out of 10 because I thought so. Okay. I thought I would. I thought I was like going to freaking love this no matter what. And that's how I feel about a lot of stuff. Like again, my adrenaline rush, dude, but immediately after it was over, as we're walking out, I looked at my girlfriend. I'm like, honestly, I almost want to give it like a 7 out of 10. Like right away, that was my. I couldn't decide whether I wanted it to be like 7 out of 10 or something like that. This YouTube page is just freaking out. Anyway, it's I couldn't. I don't know. That was my initial reaction. I wish that I would have enjoyed it more, but I immediately was just not happy with this finale, man. Like straight off the bat, I was not happy with it.
I feel like that there's got to be something, and maybe not. The fact that this was my first watch for everything, and so like every episode I've had some episodes, and but this is, and you've been able to watch stuff twice, 3 times now. And so going into this, you're more aware of what should happen. I'm every day on adrenaline rush. Like, holy cow,
see what you mean.
Holy cow, what the heck. But you've had years to process stuff. And so you're going into this, and it's kind of very fan servicey, right?
So fan service, bro.
And I saw that, but no, and you're fine. I saw that. But I think that's where there's got to be some connect with like me seeing it for the very first time after everything is out, and then you having to you breaking it down years and years throughout the years.
That is a very good point, and I hadn't even thought about that because okay, let's get into our expectations because I'm gonna kind of segue. The next topic is our expectations. Okay. W Hellfire Share, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I actually like Michael's better. I was gonna get that one, but when I saw he got it, I'm like, I probably shouldn't copy him. But it is a Mind Flayer with Vecna in the background. Like that is whoa, don't lift it too much. You want to show people the good stuff, man. I want the Hellfire Club baseball jersey, dude. The one that Eddie wears, I want that one too.
Yeah. Walmart stepped up, man. Walmart has stepped up.
Yeah, Walmart did really good with all that. Welcome in, everyone.
Fucking
All right, so let's go into our expectations, and we're
Yeah.
gonna go into things that we thought might have happened, or things that we wanted to see throughout the final, not just the finale, but even the final season. And so
Yeah.
we're gonna span more into this topic. Um, okay, so I'm gonna be real with you guys. I straight off the bat, I want to talk about the play that was
Okay.
released in the New York or Broadway, whatever. Now, at first, when it first came out, I just, it's not that I don't take theater seriously. Like, I do.
Yeah.
I respect the theater actors and everything, and I think theater is awesome. It's just, I don't know. I think I'm more of a film person, okay? And that's fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. But for me, I don't like it when there's like something out there that is gonna connect to the very next thing that, like, people complain about how, oh, the MCU, you gotta watch this to understand this, you gotta watch this to understand this, but the difference is that it's all available, you know. It's all on Disney Plus, and if it's not, you'll find it on either Netflix, you'll find it on Peacock, you'll find it somewhere, right? Like there's it's everywhere. However, this, at first I was like, oh, I don't think it's canon, so I'm not gonna worry about the play. But then the Duffer Brothers say, oh no, there's actually crucial points in the play that are
Yeah.
gonna explain stuff in the next season, and I'm like, well, then why won't you make that available to us? You know, like there's no
Yeah.
way to. I have to travel all the way to New York. I live in Arizona, and buy expensive Broadway tickets or whatever. I don't think it's Broadway, but is it on Broadway? I don't know. But I have to buy expensive tickets just to watch this thing to understand.
Yeah.
I don't know. I actually was very upset about that. And when I finally learned about the play, because at first I didn't care about it, then I was like, well, now I have to learn about it. I feel like it left way more answers. I'm sorry, it left way more questions than answers. And now that we've seen the entirety of the final season, I thought maybe I would understand everything, but if anything, I'm even more confused, and I feel like it's even more plot holes. And for me, I understand that things will have plot holes. I understand that sometimes writers just don't think about stuff, but the amount of plot holes look like, dude, like it reminds me of the movie Holes, like where there's just holes everywhere. That's it for me. What I picture, a desert full of holes.
I thought you were about to talk trash about my second favorite movie of all time.
No.
Oh my god!
I love that movie.
About to walk out.
No, I'm just saying it reminds me of like looking at a desert full of holes like that. Like that's how I see Stranger Things now. Well, not the final season. Let me be clear.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my expectations, I expected first of all for Dr. K's character to be way more crucial. I mean, dude, talk about such an amazing actress who's been a badass in the past years. Linda Hamilton, right? I know her last name is Hamilton, but I think it's Linda, I believe, Linda Hamilton. To bring her into something like this, but I mean, even that, they brought her out of nowhere. We've never seen Dr. K ever.
Yeah.
Bring her out of nowhere. And bro, it's just like she did nothing. If anything, she was a very annoying character to me. I feel like they just forced the military into this season to give us the ending that they wanted to give us. I thought that we were going to see a lot more about dude, it's crazy how much I already had planned what I was gonna say, and now that we're here, I'm like blanking on what I want to say. And of course, once the podcast is over, I'm gonna think about everything. That's how it's gonna happen. But there's so much that I think I wish they would have gotten into instead of what we got. And okay. Oh, here's a big one that I want to talk about, and I think I'll just mention this. Because I mentioned plot holes, and we'll get into the plot holes. Because there's actually a topic here of what didn't work, and that's where I'll get into the plot holes. But here's something that I think I wanted to see more than anything, bro. And I come back to the writing when it comes to this. I don't know why, the Duffer Brothers are so scared to kill someone off.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm not saying that someone has to die. Like,
Yeah.
I think someone asked me, like, why do you really want someone to die? I'm like, it's not that they have to die. It's just, it's the way that they tease it all the time.
Yeah.
Like Steve falling off the tower, but someone catches him. You know, Dustin about to get stepped on by the huge monster. Someone pushes him out of the way. In past seasons, you know, like 11 is getting choked to death, but someone, you know, here comes someone with, I think they hit Billy with something. And it's just like they tease all these like big character deaths just to save him at the last second. And what they do instead is they bring in characters that we actually fall in love with and then kill them off. But like, it's funny that, you know, our friend Victor actually mentioned, you know, anytime someone like someone new comes into the season, I know they're gonna die, because that's what we saw with the Duffer Brothers. Season 1, we didn't realize, you know, it was our first season. We didn't realize that Barb was gonna be the one that they kill off, right?
Yeah.
They killed off Barb, you know, very early on. And then season 2, we fell in love with Bob. Bob was like hands down one of the best characters, and they kill him off. Okay, sad, damn it, that sucks. Season 3, they actually introduce us to they introduced us to Billy in season 2, but Billy had a very good character arc and a good character development to kill him off. And may I add, we actually really ended up liking Alexei, right? I mean, he wasn't like a big part, but they made us like him at the end, to where, you know, oh my God, Murray and Alexei were like getting along, and you know, and immediately it's just like, oh well, they killed him off. Why? Because they don't want to take risks, you know. And then Eddie, I mean, bro, that for me, Eddie is my I think my all-time favorite character in the entire series. And they killed him off so brutally, bro. But like, I mean, if I'm gonna mention the biggest fake out, Max. And in fact, you had a problem with that.
I was just about to bring that up. Yeah.
Even you had a problem with that, bro.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like they're so scared to off one of their main characters, and I don't know why. And I think, I don't know if they think it's going to hurt their ratings or something. I think it'll boost them. There's one thing that I don't know if I've said it in the past in one of these episodes before, but I mean, I've said it to you guys, my friends, my girlfriend. I love when shows and movies turn the tables and give us something that we didn't expect and kill off a main character. I actually love it. Even if it hurts me, even if it's someone that I loved, for me, it's like, okay, I'm in. What are they doing with this? You know? Of course, I hate it when they bring them back in some cheap way. But, like, I mean, it's just, dude, either do it or don't do it. And I feel like they dance so much with the idea of killing main characters off, but then not. Oh, I mean, we lost Elle, we lost Hopper, we lost Max, but then we didn't, you know? So it's like they were so scared to kill off anybody, and I just don't know why. They teased it. I feel like they made everyone think, you know, and it's just no one. So yeah, I'm mad that no one died. Like, that's fine that no one died, but why not take some risks and just?
And it's funny that you say no one died, but the.
I mean,
Carly died.
No, but see, that's my point. They brought her back so that they can kill her off. You see what I mean? Like, even at the end, they couldn't, and look, they finally kill off 11, right? At the end. But spoiler alert, by the way, if you haven't seen it, I don't know why you're here. I mean, thank you for the support, but we should have said that from the very beginning. There will be spoilers. So they kill off 11 at the end, right? But now they're saying, well, not really. It's up to you guys whether she's dead or not. So it's like, really, you couldn't even give us that. You couldn't even give us a definite answer, the main character death. No, they're like, no, there's hope. I believe, and I'm like, I don't, like, you know.
And there's only 3 people in the world that know if she's dead or not.
Exactly.
the Duffer Brothers, and then
The Duffy
Millie
Brothers. I'm
Bob,
sorry.
the
Duffy, that was cute. The Duffy Brothers.
and then Millie Bobby Brown, or her new name, for her new name.
Jane?
But
Oliver?
yeah,
Oh, sorry. Never
no,
mind.
married name, Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
They're the only three people that know she's alive or not, which I'm kind of like, well,
Wait, what do you mean?
if you had, they're the only three people that actually know the real answer if she's alive or not. If
But the
Eleven is
Duffer
alive.
Brothers said that it's up to us. That was their official answer.
But then they also came out and said they told Millie Bobby Brown the answer if she's actually alive or not.
Oh.
It's up to our yeah. Which means they have an answer, and that also leads with, like, I guess I go into my expectations, right? Like, now that we're here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna go back to me being able to watch the show every single day until the new season and then the finale, right? I don't know what season's what, because I got to see it within the full 2.5, 3 months that we watched it. I honestly don't know what happened in season 1 versus what happened in season 3. It's all just kind of it's all together.
Yeah.
Even so much so to where this is season 5, right? I don't know the cutoff between season 4 and season 5. I don't quite remember exactly. Max dies, right? And then she comes back alive somehow. Coma, whatever. I walked into that theater with high hopes. I started falling in love with the show. You, me, Victor, Cactus had a very intimate discussion in Discord. And it kind of opened my eyes, and I was able to self-reflect on everything. So I walked into the theater a new man. I've been baptized into Stranger Things.
Oh my God, okay.
But a new look at not only certain characters, but like all the characters and what the Duffer Brothers are doing. And so the fact that no one died, the fact that there are so many plot holes, ruined it after sitting back and kind of analyzing what happened.
Okay.
When they were walking through the not Oasis,
The
Abyss, and nothing's there, it's just a desert. Plot hole. What?
Yeah.
I started, like, when watching, yeah, I saw these plot holes, but like I was trusting like something was gonna happen. The fight, the big fight that happened, it seemed cool in that moment, but when it died, I'm like, are we sure it's over? Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
And then when they ended up finding Vecna, same thing. It just happened so quickly.
Yeah.
Everything in the finale didn't last long enough, besides one thing. I don't know if we're getting to this part. The one thing I absolutely loved, and supposedly it was a lot of it was improv, was the very ending. When they were all sitting on the rooftop talking to each other. It felt genuine.
Yeah.
It felt like friends actually coming together and actually speaking. It felt like good acting, right? I've always said there's characters that just don't act, that are getting worse at acting the further the season. This felt genuine. It felt real. And I think that's partially why I ended up walking out of that theater happy. And then get home and start dissecting everything and start seeing this Constantine, whatever it's called.
Conformity gate.
yeah, theory, and I think it's cool. It's whatever. Like people
It's
are,
actually not cool, but that's just my opinion.
well, people dissecting it and looking really deep into it. Never thought it was real in the slightest. Um, but after a while, after dissecting it, everything happened too quickly in the finale. It's weird because it was a 2.5 hour long movie, but it felt like an hour long movie.
Yeah.
They try to shove too much stuff into it. They should have been it should have been a part one, part two. Part one, get into the mind flare, maybe start fighting in the mind flare. Part two, Vecna, right? Or something along the lines of that.
Mm.
Um, at least get into the abyss should have been part one. Part two should have been the whole Vecna and mind flare. The fact that, oh man, the fact that the mind flare and Vecna are one, and then also Will is a part of that now too. It started to feel like Harry Potter.
I wouldn't know.
I know, and I started seeing connections between other shows, and them just switching up a tad bit. Did you end up giving it a ranking?
What?
The finale.
Yeah, 7 out of 10.
So that was your okay. So that was
Yeah, that is that. It's funny because that's what I rated it at first, and you know what?
Yeah.
I did say maybe an 8 at the theater. So let's say I called it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
But now that I've taken even more time to reflect. Definitely a 7 out of 10. Definitely.
I think the fact that theory came out, it's dropped my ratings even lower.
Oh wow.
Because that's how much people are reaching for more because they felt like they didn't get enough. Keep in mind, they also cut a lot out. There's scenes that were supposed to happen, so, like some of the writers and some of the people behind the scenes said there was a lot of stuff that should have happened that just got completely cut, and in their opinions were like very crucial, very good scenes, and we can dissect into that someday, but because of all these theories coming out about, oh, we're getting a 9th, 10th, whatever episode it is, it's made my ranking drop even further because I'm not the only one that feels like I've been let down. It's a cop out. It's our decision if she lives or not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm not the dungeon master. I don't make that decision.
Yeah.
Y'all are the writers and the directors. You make that decision.
Exactly.
Let me think about it. I hate it. And because of that, it puts me at a 7.8.
Oh wow,
So,
you dropped yours a lot.
Imagine walking out of theater 11 out of 10 to 7.8. Yeah. A lot.
Yeah, no, I mean it there's a lot to reflect on, and I mean, going back to talking a little bit more about my expectations, because I did think a lot more about what I was gonna say. I feel like their attention on like, I mean, you just said it earlier how I've had the opportunity. I think I've watched Stranger Things 3 times now, all the way through, 3 times, minus the last season. This was your first time watching it all the way through. I've seen it 3 times, so I feel very connected to these characters.
Yeah.
They've been part of my adult life for the last 10 years. And I have my favorites. I feel that, Stranger Things had a really good continuity. I think that's the right word. I think that's the word I'm looking for. I may be thinking about a different word, but consistency. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. They had a consistency in the giving it the feeling of like the party. Like this was all about like, dude. And then look at how many people are involved at the end. And truthfully, I wasn't too upset about that because the more people find out. But there was just, I feel like the attention was just so split among so many characters, and
Yeah.
I felt like this whole season was just very very rushed. I
Yeah.
remember when they showed it when they were showing. I never watched the trailers, by the way, but there was clips here and there that I saw, and I saw a bunch of new characters, the kids specifically, and I even told you straight up, I'm like, I don't give a crap about any of those kids. Turns out I was very wrong. I love Holly. Holly is one of my new favorite characters.
Yeah.
And Derek grew on me. But
Dipshit Derek.
dipshit Derek grew on me. It's funny because I was actually my mom's favorite character, and she only watched the finale.
Wow.
I know we tried catching her up, but she didn't understand. But my mom actually liked dipshit Derek. He was the most vulgar one out of everyone. But okay, so let's go into this is where I was gonna segue. Let's go into what didn't work for us. It's delightful. It's dipshit Derek.
He ended with dipshit Derek.
And okay, so let's go back into what didn't work. And I see a comment. By the way, we've been reading your comments. By the way, guys, it's not that we've been ignoring them. At the end of when we're done talking, we're actually gonna go through every comment. And by comment I mean chat. Again, follow us on Twitch if you haven't, and make sure you guys subscribe. Okay. Anyway,
And for the YouTube as well, I sit there and I read every comment and I reply to each one. So when this does come out on YouTube and watching it now on YouTube, I'm replying constantly and reading them. I've been loving the comments.
So, okay, so Aaron just wrote a message about the vessels, and here's where I'm gonna segue into this. And by the way, if my opinion bothers you guys, don't take it personal. It's just how I felt. Truthfully, I love this show. I love this show so much. Yeah. If anything, I'm upset. You know, if anything, I'm upset of how the ending turned out. So, what's up, Victor? Welcome in. So, here's let's get into it. You just mentioned the vessels, right? That the kids were a main part. Where I was going with how I wasn't going to care about any of these kids is mainly because I didn't want to grow attached to any more characters. I feel like we have our party. I didn't want any more characters coming into this. But now I'm like, okay, I get it. I get why the kids were important. So he needed his vessels. This is where my plot holes start to begin. And I'll start with that one.
Okay.
Vecna needed 4 vessels, or I guess 4 kills, what did you write? Anyway, Vecna needed 4 kills in season 4, right? To open up the gates. All right.
Yeah.
So I don't know where these vessels came from. And I don't know that whole storyline. Why 12? That's not really the plot hole for me. But Aaron mentioned another one that said, I don't see a plot hole in that Elle banished Henry to Dimension X, a place we had never seen before that wasn't the Upside Down. So I don't think that was a plot hole either, because when we see the flashback of when Elle actually banishes him, that is Dimension X. That for me isn't the plot hole. Here's where I think the plot hole is, and this is what bugs me a lot. This is what ruined it for me, was how even in season 4, he mentions that he didn't know where he was. He explored, and now that we've seen it all, we imagine, oh, he found the Upside Down, and he brought all his monsters through that bridge to get to Earth, right? It took him a while to figure it out, but he finally did, especially when that gate was opened by Elle. But now, because of the play, so it turns out he's been to Dimension X before, right? Why is he afraid of this cave? Why is he like... This Dimension X, he's been to it before, but yet in season 4 they tell us they show that he had his powers since he was a kid, but he was older when he got his powers in the cave.
Yeah,
it makes no sense to me. Or maybe, I don't know, was he the same age? I don't get it. See, but that's the point. It's confusing. And they didn't answer it. They didn't bother to answer it at all. Someone mentioned, wait, if Henry went to, first of all, don't even get me started on how Henry went to high school while he was supposed to be locked up in a hospital with a chip in his head.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me. Like Dr. Brenner in season 4, you know, Victor Creel talks about how his son fell into a coma. Well, it wasn't a coma, it was a trance. And he got captured, right, by Dr. Brenner. He was a kid when he woke up. And in fact, when Dr. Brenner's giving him the tattoo, right, one, he was a kid. And then, how did he go to high school? How was he in high school with Joyce, Mr. Harrington, Hopper, Bob's sister Patty, who, by the way, never made an appearance. I thought she was supposed to come out in season 5. Nowhere to be found, right? And so, yeah, first of all, that's a plot hole in itself that he was in high school with them. Another plot hole is, how did Joyce and Hopper not even connect the fact that, oh, this is our high school friend, we did a play with him, you know? And first of all, don't even get me started on how they gave him pedo vibes. That bugged me so much. But like, they made him like, he stayed his age, and I get he can do that with his powers and stuff. I don't know, just little things like that bothered me. But there's a lot for me that didn't work in this finale, including just the entire season. I felt like they focused too much on Will overcoming his fear, when I feel like that's all he's been doing throughout the entire show. And I think it was very good up until this last season. Up until this last season, I'm like, okay, Will now has powers.
Yeah.
And that's cool. That's great that he has powers. Like, I love that. But like, he didn't, I felt like once we saw him use it, he didn't use it as much, and he didn't use it in a way where I think it would have been very helpful in many different ways.
There was a point where he was like, I'm gonna try this. This is when, I don't even know the timeline of this. They're walking in the abyss. He's like, I'm gonna try to connect into Vecna's head. And then it doesn't happen until Eleven and Vecna are fighting. Like, I felt like, dude, this is a whole hour later. What took so long?
Yeah, and then, like, again, you mentioned it earlier, and I was gonna mention that in the plot holes, was if the Demogorgons and all the monsters originate from Dimension X, where the heck were they?
Yeah.
They were nowhere to be found. Like, if anything, shouldn't the Demo Bats, the Demo Dogs, the Demogorgons, and maybe other Demo monsters, they should be, like, inhabiting that Earth, you know? And they were nowhere to be found. Yeah. And what bugs me the most is the Duffer Brothers answers. They're so vague, man. They're so like, oh, well, you know, Vecna didn't think that he was going to get attacked.
He didn't feel threatened, yeah.
It's dude, I
saw that.
Wait, how did he not anticipate that? Both 8 and 11 attacked him already. How did he not anticipate another attack? You know? That makes no sense to me, bro. Like, I just... He didn't anticipate... In season 4, when he's about to kill Max, he was just standing there in his trance doing his ritual on her. How did he not anticipate not getting attacked then? They flambéed him and lit him on fire and shot him like 1,000 times. Well, Nancy with the shotgun. Like, that was a clear surprise for him. He didn't think they were going to... But, and yet, I don't know, dude. It's just that, like, there was so many... I feel like the Duffer Brothers got so lazy towards this final season. And I think it hurts me the most because, like I feel like they did such a good job telling these amazing stories from season 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. And it's one of those things where I almost have after watching them again, I have a hard time thinking, oh, which one is my favorite? Which one do I like more? Like, these are so good. It gets better. And then, like, now you're, like, at the, like...
Yeah.
You're at the final, and it's just like...
I don't think they got lazy. They got scared. the way I look at it, they got scared of disappointing people, and I think they are trying to please too many people, and that this
Yeah,
is the result. This is the result of it.
of
I
fan
don't think
service.
I don't think this was they being lazy. It's them being scared to make a bold move. You know,
Exactly. What we were
like
talking about earlier. Yeah.
yeah, which they've made bold moves. Like we were talking about before when they brought 8 back. We agreed this is a bold move, and then she sat in the back and didn't do much
And
for.
when we didn't trust her.
Yeah,
We didn't trust her.
yeah.
Um,
So they've done some pretty bold moves, and a lot of it has worked out. But I just felt like the pressure got to them, and they got
but
scared and
just like
tried to
our
please too
Victor
many people.
friend said, they bring back characters or they bring in characters just to kill them off. And you're right,
Yeah,
they brought in 8, but it was just to kill her off. They just needed someone to die, and they
yeah.
didn't want it to be any of their main characters. And like I said, they finally like do it with Elle, but they're like, not really. It's up to you. It's
It's
like
up to you. Yeah,
what? Like, dude, you couldn't even do that. You guys couldn't even give us one death, you know?
yeah.
But we're running out of time here, so there's much more that I think we wanted to talk about. What didn't work for you?
Um, I think it was the pace of the finale, the pace of the season. It did feel rushed, and then come to find out they cut a lot out, anyways. So,
Hmm.
um, I honestly think you nailed almost every topic I had. The Demogorgons, um, the whole fact of oh man, was maybe not the finale, but it was the final season, part 2 or whatever, where Max and little girl, blonde girl,
Holly.
they were talking, and like the gates are closing, or like they need to hurry up, and they're just talking casually,
The portal.
walking to the
Yeah.
portal so slow. And I guess like for a viewer, that's like in our head, like, come on, hurry, you got to hurry, cut this off. Like it made our heart rates go a little bit, but like a lot of it seemed like they were slow when they were in the abyss and they're supposed to be sneak attacking. It kind of seemed like they took their leisurely time walking up to Vecna. I just the pacing just seemed off. They seemed scared. Um, and I would like to see a Snyder. And we're not going to get it, a Snyder cut
A Duffer
of
cut. Nah, they already said that there's no such thing.
I know,
We're not getting
but
that.
there needs to be a such thing, but we're not going to get it. Um, man, anything off the top of my head, there's just I just wish we would have had an answer at the end. Is she alive or is she dead? Um, and oh, plot hole and stuff. The stone. They're gonna introduce this stone. How he ended up getting his powers originally, just to advertise a new show for them,
Yeah.
right? I feel like we had enough answers already. How powers, and now we're throwing a stone into the mix, just to continue the story of this
Yeah.
cave.
Yeah.
Um, and so like whatever they do with the stone is whatever, but it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be. We're not gonna get any characters. It's just gonna be a new thing.
Mm.
Um, I don't know, man. It's and the more I talk about it, the more I start feeling disappointed.
Yeah. No, and that's precisely why I feel the way I feel, because
Yeah.
um we'll leave this for the end, but we'll talk about our favorite episode, our favorite season of all time. So
Okay.
let's end with this topic, and this is where we'll finish up these final topics. The conversation you just brought up about you know, closing up this story. Was it a good finale? And what I mean by that is, here's what I wrote on the notes. Did this finale close up a 10-year, 5-season story well? Did it do a good job at that? Did it measure up to the rest of the series? Okay, so that's the answer. That's the question we have to answer. To me personally, I don't think it was a good ending. Okay, wait. Let me rephrase that. You mentioned something earlier about how when they're on the roof, the older ones, they're on the roof talking about their plans, and all that. You said that was good. I
Yeah.
agree with that. I like that ending. And I actually like the ending of them playing D&D at the end. I like the ending
Yeah.
of them graduating.
Oh, and
You
then
know,
the kids coming
the
down.
kids come. Dude, that was
I
such a
thought that was
sweet moment,
new
man.
generation. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Mike going upstairs and the younger generation playing D&D. I think that was a great ending. The everything else, like fighting the mind flayer, saving the kids, killing Vecna. In fact, one of the moments that I actually really wanted to cheer was when Joyce
Oh man.
chops off
I don't know
Vecna's
why
head.
did we talk about that? That
Dude,
was such a great
I
moment.
think that moment for me was the best moment in the entire finale because out of everyone, I feel like Joyce, probably even more than Will, suffered so much, bro. If there
Oh,
was
she went through
anyone
it.
who
Yeah.
deserved to cut off Vecna's
Yep.
head, it was Joyce. And dude, I'm telling you, when when she dropped that F bomb and took out
Yeah.
the axe, I'm like, yes, do it, Joyce.
Yeah.
Like that. Oh man, I was so excited to see that. Um, one thing that I was happy to see was, one of the theories you had earlier in the season was, I think Henry is gonna turn good. You were like,
Yeah.
I think the Mind Flayer is controlling Henry, and I think deep down he's a good guy. And I was like, no,
Yeah.
bullshit, dude. Like, look at how many people he's killed. It's too late for him.
Yeah.
He killed his mom, his sister, made his dad go through hell. He killed all those kids in the lab. He's too evil. He's too far gone. Turns out you were right. It was Henry just being controlled the entire time. However, I am glad that he actually embraced the darkness and said, no, I am one with the Mind Flayer. Like, I am this evil. Like, that was cool. And I feel for me, I like it when a villain sticks to their guns, not because of love. Like, for example, Anakin turned to the dark side because of his love for Padme. I think it had a lot more to do with that. But movie-wise, for any movie fan that just watches the movies, he turned because of Padme. Let's be honest. Thanos in the comics, he originally does the snapping because of his love for Lady Death. Like all these villains have like a kind of a weird like reason, but Vecna was like,
Right.
no, I'm evil. Like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
doing this for the love of the game, and I like that. I like when a villain sticks to their guns. So that was cool to see that. So for me, that felt way more rewarding for Joyce to cut off his head because this guy is evil as hell, like he made him go through, and then seeing all the flashbacks of how they've each suffered, like Max losing Billy, Will, all the shit he went through, Max or Mike losing L all those times and all the stuff they went through, Joy suffering from losing Bob and all the pain she went through with Will. It's just seeing all those moments that they've suffered and what he took from them. It felt so rewarding seeing his head come off. And so I guess it's a good ending, but I don't think it measures up to the entire series. I think if you were to watch this season on its own, it stands alone, and not in a good way. Not in a good way. I think it stands alone to where it felt so different. It felt like I didn't feel like I was watching a Stranger Things finale. I felt like I was watching a Stranger Things spin-off movie, or like some sort of filler episode that was really good. Up until the very end where the story closes out for them. So my thing is, I don't think it was a good. I don't think it measured up, dude. And I wish it did. For me, season 4 takes the cake. It is my all-time favorite season. Season 4 is the best one, I think. It goes season 4, season 1, season 2, season 3, which is tough. They're really close. Season 3 and season 2 are very close. Season 2, season 3, and at the end, season 5.
Okay.
So that's how I do my rating. But what about you? Was this a good finale?
This was in movie theaters, right? This was their grand finale. They were like, we're going to throw it in movie theaters. Fans deserve it. This is going to be fantastic. This is going to blow your socks off. Is that what we got? And no, we left with more questions. How, there are TV shows, there are movies that it works, but it probably doesn't hurt. It probably doesn't hurt for me as much as it hurts for you, and for people have sat there and waited years and years and years because I've watched it within 3 months. You spent your adulthood watching this. Ezra has spent his childhood watching this, leading up to this moment. And then to get that, right? I feel for y'all because this was not a finale. This was a fan service that ended up failing.
Yeah.
And that sounds real harsh, but at the end of the day, this was supposed to be your mic drop.
It's been rough. It's been rough, man.
Instead, the mic drop had a cord that you end up just pulling back up.
Yeah.
Because they're celebrating that now we got another show coming out, an animated show coming out. This isn't the end. This is the end of these characters, etc. I absolutely loved season 4. I believe it's season 4 when the starting off was Dustin playing basketball, right? And then Eddie and them were playing D&D.
It was Lucas playing basketball.
Or Lucas, not Dustin, but right, playing. Yeah, that was my favorite season, and because of the first episode, I thought that was sick, and reading reviews about what number he was wearing.
He's never gonna get names right, chat. Just
no. Never.
He's never. I'm always gonna correct him, always, and just get used to that.
What was Luke's uncle's name?
Luke's no way you called him Luke after I just told you his name, bro.
No, Luke. What was Luke's uncle's name in Star Wars?
Oh, you're actually talking about Luke Skywalker. Oh, okay. Uncle Owen. Uncle Owen.
I called him Uncle Ben or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm horrible with names. And it's funny, Dustin, actually, I wanted to hate Dustin the most, and it ended up becoming my favorite character of all time, of the whole show. So was this a good finale? Did I leave, and am I happy? No. I feel like, in bold statement, this is probably one of the worst ways to end off a beloved show. And then season 4, then season 2.
Actually, I think I've heard worse. I've heard that. I never watched it, but I've heard that. What's that one show? Game of Thrones was horrendous. I heard it was bad, awful.
Yeah. We won't talk about that.
I never watched it, but I heard that was that takes the cake for like the worst ending.
That probably is the worst. Season 4, season 2, season 3, maybe, I don't know. Season 4, my favorite of all. And it sucks. And like I said, I don't know, lost the train of thought. But going back to Game of Thrones, the Duffer Brothers did say that there wasn't gonna be a red wedding, which means killing a lot of people, a lot of main characters, and that's the risk they needed. Did they need to kill everyone? No, but they killed
No,
one.
but see, like I said before, I'm not saying that there had to be bloodshed. I'm not saying that someone
Yeah.
had to die. It's just,
Right.
why tease it so much? Why play around with it so much if you're
Yeah.
not gonna do it? You know, like we went through it. You know, at season 1, they fake out Elle's death. Turns out she's
Yeah.
alive. Season 2, did they fake anyone else? Did they fake anyone's death? I don't think so.
And that, you know, that's crazy because, man, what I would do to go back and jump on the bandwagon and just start watching this show, because I know she's coming back. You don't know she's coming back, right? That makes sense. Like I knew she was coming back because she's in season 2, season 3.
Yeah,
season
yeah,
4.
yeah.
But you didn't know. Like season 1, when that ended, you're like, oh, heck?
Like, what happened? Like, we really didn't know.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
season 2, I don't think they faked anyone's death. Season 3, they faked Hopper's death, and they got you, dude. You were so upset about that, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you were so. I mean, when I first watched season 3, I'm like, there's no way he's dead. Like,
Yeah.
and in fact, you know what's funny is we watched the post credit scene. Oh, Victor, oh, for real? Sorry, chats just said season 1 ended with us knowing Elle was alive. What do you mean?
Oh, the waffles.
The waffle at the end. You're right. Okay, I forgot about that one scene.
My memory is trash.
Yeah, I forgot. Okay, but you were really upset about Hopper, and the post credit scene. I don't even think you caught it, where they show the guards in Russia. The whole point is that they're showing that they have a Demogorgon, but then one of them says, well, they're like, oh, let's go get a prisoner to feed to the Demogorgon. And he's about to open one. He says, no, not the American. And they keep walking. And you didn't catch that. Yeah. And I was like, oh, wow, he didn't catch. I didn't say anything when we were watching it.
That stuff.
But like, I was like, for me, when I first watched it, I'm like, oh, the American. I'm like, they're talking about Hopper, right? And like, I knew right away. I'm like, okay, he's not dead. So season 4, I was not surprised when he was alive. Also, I don't even remember. Did they show him in trailers? I don't remember. But
I don't know.
Well, I know you wouldn't know, but I was mainly asking chat. But anyway, so they fake out Hopper's death. He's not dead. Then they make us think Max is about to die. They don't kill her. It's just like, you know, I don't know, man. They never took a risk. But before we move on to our final thing, which is talking to chat about this, is this. I just really, I forgot to, I forgot to mention this in my plot holes and things that didn't work for me. The Upside Down felt so nerfed. And I feel like it's actually gotten nerfed throughout the entire series to the point where, dude, I remember in season 1 where Will was having trouble breathing and he was like running out of oxygen in the Upside Down. They needed all these hazmat suits to breathe in the Upside Down. And it's gotten so, I don't know if they mention it at some point where it says, oh, it gets easier to breathe or something. Maybe I missed it. Let me know, chat, if I'm wrong. But it gets, my sister pointed this out when I was talking about how the Upside Down doesn't even feel scary anymore. People are living there. People are setting up bases in there. And I get it. They're doing research, you know, but like, it's just, I don't know. They nerfed it so much to where like, they don't, like, they're just, I mean, there's monsters in this universe and they're just walking around like, I'm going to sound British here, willy-nilly, you know, like it doesn't matter. But then at the end, when they're driving out of the Upside Down and Robin doesn't like how Steve smells, she literally rolls down the window and takes a deep, fresh air of all those particles and says, oh, this is better than how you smell. And it's like, what happened to not being able to breathe in the Upside Down? Yeah. What happened to the toxic, dude? And for me, that is like, it just shows how, like, the plot holes just, like, they just stopped caring. It felt like they stopped caring. It felt like there was no more continuity and stuff.
Right. Did you, real quick, kind of off topic, side note, did you see the theory that when they were all driving back home, going through the final gate, and Mike is looking at 11, talk to 11,
Oh.
and
Sorry, chat. Go ahead. You're good. You're good.
talking to Mike, or Mike's talking to 11, and then he looks over and he sees Derek waving at him. And then Mike waves back like, "Hi, what?"
Yeah.
The theory was that
because he can't see 11, right?
Because 11 wasn't actually even there, which I thought, if that's true, like that's actually kind of cool. Like I'd take that. That's a cool little theory.
But you know why that doesn't work?
Why?
Because when Dustin radios Hopper and says, "Hey, blow up the upside down," he says the whole party is here. He even and then it shows 11, and he's like, the whole party, because Hopper says, "What about Al?" and he says the whole party. So that
Dustin, but that's what I'm saying. What if she had all of the main people that know her?
Why just the main people?
Why? I don't know.
See what I mean? Like I don't think it works, man. I don't think it works.
I don't know. I would take that theory. Just kind of cute. It's kind of funny. It explains like the awkward waving. No, I don't think she's alive. I think she because like, how did she get out of the truck so quickly? Right? They showed everyone getting out of the back of the van, and then now she's not there anymore. Right. I think a lot of it was one way or another. It's nothing that's crucial.
I mean, they showed a flash forward of every one of their lives, even 11's. So like,
yeah,
I feel like that's kind of telling us she's alive. But for the sake of killing someone off, let's just say she's dead. Anyway,
yeah. Well, I'm saying, all I'm saying is she was never in the van to begin with.
Yeah.
Not saying she's dead. I'm just saying she was never in that to begin with. But she was in the portal part. I don't know.
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, I do think she was in that van.
Yeah.
Because that scene with Hopper tells us. Again, I feel like that's just people reaching. That's how you know, like, this, like, something was written so bad, is when people, like, even people who say they loved it believed in Conformity Gate. You know?
I said I don't think it was part of Conformity Gate.
No, I'm just saying that they.
I think this part was just a completely different theory, and it wasn't a theory of like her. This is just like, this is why he waved back, and then Mike was like, "Why are you waving at me?" It's just because she wasn't actually there, and Derek didn't see her or something. I don't know.
No, I'm just saying all the theories about Conformity Gate. Anyway, all right, so let's end there. First of all, the first question I'm going to ask you guys is, do you guys think 11's alive? And what do you guys rate this final season and finale? In the meantime, while you guys write your answers, we're going to go down the list and kind of just, first of all, hello, everyone. Again, Aaron,
Yep.
Cactus. We got Cody in here. Thank you for the follow, by the way. And then Victor hopped in. What's up, Alpha? I hope you guys are doing good. Let's go through these messages. There was quite a few, especially from Aaron. I do agree Eddie was a better storyteller than Mike. I'm glad that we got to see another storyteller at some point.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like there wasn't enough D&D. I'm just kidding. There was. Let's see. I didn't go to the theaters, but I watched it the second it dropped. Okay. See, I watched it the day after at the theater.
Well, going back to Mike not being as good as Eddie, Eddie's also failed high school how many times?
Like twice.
And so he has more practice on becoming a storyteller versus Mike.
It was cool watching in the theaters, and it was like a once in a lifetime. But yeah, that's exactly why I wanted to go. Because that only happens once. It was only going to happen once. That's why I don't know why people were so happy about Conformity Gate. I'm like, do you realize that would ruin the experience for people who bought a ticket?
Yeah.
You know, like that would ruin it completely. I'm glad there was. I never believed in it. I don't know. If you logged into Conformity Gate, I love you. Um, let's see. In my personal opinion, the finale was amazing. See, that's fine. Like, I, I know that there's people out there who
Oh yeah.
loved it. You know, who absolutely loved it, and I think that's exactly why I said I think this finale is a good finale. Why? Because it pleased the fans. Because it gave the fans everything they wanted. Well, some fans.
Yeah.
Um, and ultimately, it was very cheesy, and people like cheesy nowadays. I feel like
Yeah.
cheesy is good. You know, personally for me, for someone who looks for. I nitpick a lot. Things need to make sense to me. I need to have the backstory to. There's a reason why I haven't just sat down and watched Harry Potter or stuff like that. I want to make sure I get all the information. I have to watch every MCU project, no matter how bad it is, because I need to understand the next thing coming out. So I'm just someone who's very picky about storylines and stuff. And when something doesn't make sense to me, it bugs me a lot.
I don't like your excuse. I'm not watching Harry Potter. Harry Potter
I know.
ended
I don't know why I
years
said
and
that.
years and years.
I know.
But I know what you mean.
I will, guys. Okay, guys. If we reach, let me just say this right now. We can make this a clip. If we get to 1,000 subscribers, I will do a full on Harry Potter watch. Like, I will watch Harry Potter from the very beginning, even the prequels.
Watch party.
Watch party. Wait,
Yeah.
but I have to react to it.
Okay.
Unless you guys don't want to see my reactions. But if you guys would like to see my reactions, let's get to 1,000 subscribers and I will react to every Harry Potter film. And I'll even do the prequels.
Cactus and I are scared about you watching it, by the way.
Why?
Because we know how you are. And because like nostalgia holds a great part of Harry Potter to a lot of fans.
Well, I mean,
and also,
you don't think it lives up to now?
Oh, I do. But I know you. I know you as well.
What about me?
Oh, I know you.
I actually think I'm gonna like it.
I think you're stubborn. All right.
No, I think I'm gonna like it. I'm actually hoping to like it.
You better like it, or we got some things we're going to do to you.
Okay. Hello, Cody. The finale was pretty good, but it definitely some plot holes and left me with some questions. Many questions. Yes. Many questions. Can we all agree that the government made the Upside Down holding it together with the exotic matter? That wasn't the government. It was science. Science created at least according to Dr. Brenner's notes, it was science that created exotic matter. That it created itself. R.I.P. to all those pregnant women. Which wasn't that the plan though? Wasn't the plan to blow them up anyway? Because they were dying. Yeah. Also, another plot hole that people had mentioned was how did Kali say the theory is true that Elle's alive and that was just a projection? Because yeah, she wasn't bleeding, so that is a plot hole. Or that is a little hint of her being alive. But how was if the first thing that exploded was without a doubt, like how did Kali project?
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? Like a part of their conspiracy is Will's mom. Not Will's mom. Yeah, Will's mom. What's her name?
Joyce.
Not Will.
Mike's
mom.
Karen.
How she had, was it Karen who had was in the hospital, scars, and then during the graduation she had no scars?
No, she did. It was when she calls him for dinner when they were playing D&D.
Yeah. But like, can we just be like, hey, like not everything's perfect. So things. Like,
Yeah, no, I see that a plot hole like that. I'm like, okay,
dude,
maybe they filmed that, and they did confirm that they filmed those last scenes like way later, like months later.
Yeah.
Which is why and I don't mean to sound weird or make it sound weird, but did you guys notice that Sadie Sink is in really good shape at the end? We got to talk about that because she is going to be in Spider-Man Brand New Day. So we know she's training for that. She's been filming for that. And that's going to be our next video. We're going to be talking about all the Doomsday stuff that's coming up, and we're going to be talking about Spider-Man Brand New Day. Those are going to be our next
and
two topics.
the fact that she's so mad that she can't spoil who she is, it's got to be.
But it already got confirmed, though, didn't it?
What character she's playing it?
Rachel Summers.
It was not confirmed by Marvel or anyone.
Confirmed? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop the gun here. Okay.
When she was at the Jimmy Fallon show or whatever, someone's show.
Yeah, she said she. Okay, so you're right. You're right. Maybe it hasn't. I don't know.
Maybe leaked, but.
Pax, they did say no more plot armor, and it was underwhelming. Yeah, for sure. Bob, Billy, Eddie. Eddie is my favorite of the whole show. Yep, same. I thought they were going to bring Eddie back, kind of like the way we saw Billy. Oh, okay. So like in a flashback, that would have been cool to see him like in a little flashback or something, or like some sort of illusion that Dustin had. That would have been cool. Also,
cool fan service.
Guys, we didn't talk about something that I did like, and I think we both agree on this. And let me know what you guys think. The breakup between Nancy and Jonathan. So I've never been a fan of Nancy and Jonathan. I never shipped them. Even from season 1 and season, like, they had shared trauma, but just personal, a little bit into my life. I don't think personal I don't think personal trauma or shared trauma is anything good to bond about, you know? Like, maybe it could create good friendships. You know, you guys could be there for each other, hold each other accountable. But when it comes to relationships, that's a bad idea. Trauma bonding is not a good idea, you know? And it didn't work out for them, you know? Like,
yeah.
And I always liked Steve. Steve is, besides, after Eddie, Steve is my favorite. So I always wanted Steve and Nancy to be together.
Steve wasn't even either.
I know, she's a strong, independent woman. She doesn't need anybody. But, anyway,
the fact that Steve became a baseball coach too, kind of cool.
But let me get this. Here's the thing: I never liked, and I don't think Jonathan and Nancy. In fact, they finally get together in season 2. That's when they finally hook up and get together. They had good chemistry in season 1, but they weren't together. Season 2, the chemistry felt a little forced to me. And then season 3, they were arguing the entire season and had a few sweet moments. Season 4, he spent the entire season lying to her, being high, and like they weren't even together up until the end. And then I just never felt the chemistry, even especially during season 5. But that breakup scene was the most chemistry I ever felt from them, and I loved it. And it was such a sweet moment. It actually kind of made me tear up. I liked it. Let's see. I don't see plot. Okay, yeah, we talked about that. And the Hawkins, the lab upside down, was reading books. Yeah, it wasn't. It was created itself. The exotic matter. The kids were the main part of the season because we talked about that. This is when Victor came in. I'm pretty sure the kills and vessels are different, but yeah, no, they were different. I actually don't know what I was talking about right there. It's because the mind flayer took his mind and blocked it. It was a traumatic event. See, and that's what I'm saying. But,
going back to the vessels and Y12, I think it was like just because of a clock.
That makes sense.
The number 12 was because of the clock.
Yeah, I don't know what half of these messages meant by Vic.
Classic Vic.
Okay, here's the one I wanted to read. Because in season 3, Billy used people, rats, and fertilizer to create the physical version of the mind flayer. So in season 5, when Vecna wanted to recreate another physical form, was using demo bats Oh. So you think that entire monster, or not you think, you're saying that that huge monster was all the Demogorgons and Demobats and all the monsters formed that. Is that a theory or was that confirmed? That's a good theory. However, let me say this. It was I think I wish they would have explained that, and I wish they would have gotten into it, but like it looked like that was Vecna's fortress at first, you know? Where he was holding the kids in there, you know? And then it became this mind flayer thing, which it looked cool, but I still don't like that we didn't see any monsters.
Well, that fortress has been there since, assuming season 1, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
So like when that fortress ended up turning into the Mind Flayer,
I don't know.
then I don't know. I don't think that theory is.
They were doing an Nerdy Enough podcast talking about Holly, and yeah, they were. It's because there's other stones and they're like the infinity, and they need to collect them. Okay, all right. The way that ending fight scene was so fast, I knew Elle wasn't the one who officially takes out Vecna. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Joyce. Oh, that was so good. That's the point of the Mind Flayer. Even if he wanted to change, he can't. I wanted him to turn good. I'm glad he didn't turn good. I love when a villain sticks to his guns. I remember Dustin hooping for real. Season 4 was great. Uncle Ben, yeah. Okay. All right. Here's where we get to all your guys' recent ones. Because they were testing the exotic matter and the upside down, they didn't know it was a gate to Dimension X with demos and everything. What was that to? I forgot what that was the answer to. I never believed in conformity gate, but it was fun to see how... Dude, people went so far with that. Harry Potter's good. Please, I want to watch it with you. Well, if I do a watch party, I'll probably film my reaction. But yes, I am down to do a watch party. We'll see how we can do this. Maybe we could do a live watch party, and I'll still get my reaction. You know, yeah. Maybe that's something we'll figure it out. Maybe that's something we can do. It's okay to want to watch things. Oh wait, sorry. It's okay not to want to watch things. What was that? I'm sorry. What was that too? I wish I would have stuck to the... Yeah. I wish I would have stuck to the chat while we were saying, oh my goodness, that was a beautiful breakup. Steve and Nancy should... Okay, here. This is pretty recent. Steve and Nancy should have been together, but they aren't good for each other. Well, Steve changed, though. Steve changed. He was great. They should have died in the Vecna room. Wait, who should have died? Oh my God, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I agree. I do think they should have died in that. I just read that out loud. Oh my God.
That's another thing.
What was that?
With pacing, right? Like, not only what is that, you know, it was that shit was rising up quickly, and then as soon as they start having the conversation,
it's just solid.
Then it took 6 years to even rise. After they started talking and they got on top of the table, like, why did it slow down? And it just stopped.
Yeah.
It got solid.
Just get my message then? What message? We would have gotten edits with them, but this, the Smith song that goes to Die by Your Side is such... You should do an edit of that, because I don't know what you're talking about. That's my theory of how else was it made. Oh, the exotic matter.
Yeah.
But they didn't die. Oh, you're right. Wait, what message did I skip, Victor? Anyway. I don't think anyone answered whether Elle is alive.
All right. I think with
that, you haven't... I missed that. You haven't watched Star Wars? Ooh. I highly recommend it, Aaron. Highly recommend it. The physical form of the mind flayer. Oh, of how it was made.
Yep.
Well, I mean, we don't know if that was there from season 1. That's the thing. It's just a lot of things showed up in this season that we just don't know. We just don't know. Oh, I see. Okay. Well,
it was on a picture in the back when they were in their room. It was on a picture in the back.
Yeah, it was. It was. Anyway, all right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. For those of you who are live, you guys are awesome. Thank you guys for being here. It's been a pleasure getting to talk about this. It's funny because there's a lot that I wanted to talk about, and as soon as we went live, I'm like, well, I forgot everything I was gonna say because I had a lot to say. Nonetheless, this is a beloved show for me. It's a series that I like. At the end of the day, was very sad to say goodbye to, because now I got like no seasons to look forward to. But we get to watch it again and over and over and over, minus season 5. But yeah, I mean, it left us with a lot of good memories and good times, and I, for one, love the show. Oh, I thought you were gonna say something.
Oh, no, sorry.
You just stay quiet. I thought you were gonna say something. Okay, well, W show though, I love the ending. I do believe somehow she made it out. Then again, we'll never know. Well, I guess it's up to you. You know, I personally think they wouldn't have added that to the story if it really didn't happen. Like I said, they even showed a whole flash forward scene of her. Yeah. You know, so I think so. But anyway, if you guys could think of anything else that you want to talk about, leave it in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, let us know your thoughts. And follow us on Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you follow us on Twitch. That way you could join our next live when we talk about Doomsday and all the news coming up, because we've watched, there's another trailer that might be coming out soon. I heard that the official trailer might come out on the Super Bowl. There's a lot we got to talk about, and we'll be talking about more Spider-Man news as well in the next episode. And again, get us to 1,000 subscribers and we'll do a whole watch party / reaction to Harry Potter. I promise I will. And so yeah, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think. What do you rate this season? Do you think Elle is alive? And did you like it at the end of the day? No answer is wrong. Everyone liked, everyone had their own opinion, and that's the beauty about being Nerd Enough, is that you get to like stuff and dislike stuff, and we can all still be friends about it. But anyway, I think that's it for this episode, right?
Oh, that's it.
Yep. Thank you guys so much again for joining us.
Thank you.
I hope to see you in the next video. Have a good night, and catch you on the next one.
Peace.
Goodbye.